Andrews, and our industry's focus was the manufacturing of sensors. We controlled the research and development, the marketing, the production, as well as the finances for our products. As a team, we made our mark on both the low and high market segments. Our low-tech segment product Able and our high-tech segment product Apple both went through various stages of development and production, resulting in us achieving a solid share of the market. Team Andrews achieved relatively positive results in each round for both our products. In the end, we sold 1,372 units of Able and 1,006 units of Apple, and made a net profit of $13,143. Every round brought its own unique roadblocks, but overall we managed to remain positive and achieve much success.
Now to go over our strategic overview. Our plan was strongly built on three foundational points: low-tech market dominance, high-tech market expansion, and financial stability. We intended to keep our low-tech product competitive by carefully balancing price, size, and performance to meet customer expectations. To gain an edge, we plan to focus heavily on customer awareness and accessibility, ensuring our product was widely recognized and easy to purchase. The goal was to capture a significant market share and create steady revenue streams for the future efforts. For our high-tech product, we aim to take a calculated long-term approach. Our plan was to invest consistently in R&D to ensure our high-tech products stood out with superior performance and size. We also intended to monitor the trends closely and time our launch for maximum impact, avoiding risks of entering the market prematurely with an underdeveloped product. We intended to stay financially disciplined by avoiding unnecessary debt and issuing stock only when it would provide the max benefit. Profits from the low-tech segment were earmarked for key investments like automation, capacity expansion, and marketing. The goal was to ensure we always had the resources necessary to execute our strategy effectively while maintaining strong financial health and stock price. Here we can see some stats from the financial fast tracks. As you can see, our team here, Andrews, had the highest actual market share in the low-tech segment in 2031, as well as having a well-positioned product in the sphere. In the low-tech segment, we did manage to secure a strong position, but with some adjustments to our approach. For example, we initially planned to maintain a steady price, but we found it necessary to keep our price slightly higher to compete with competitors like Baldwin and balance profitability with competitiveness. We also adjusted our promotional and sales budgets to prioritize customer awareness and accessibility, which helped us maintain steady revenue and growth. These changes allowed us to dominate the low-tech market segment while ensuring we had financial stability to invest in other areas. In the high-tech segment, our original plan was to launch our high-tech product early, but as the situation unfolded, we realized this wasn't the best approach. Instead, we delayed the launch to refine the product specifications, focusing on performance and size to meet an evolving customer expectation. The decision meant sacrificing an early market entry, but ensured that our product would be highly competitive when it did enter the launch. To prepare for this, we increased investments in automation and production capacity. This reduced production costs and positioned us for stronger margins once the product did enter the market. While we intended to avoid debt and rely on profits to fund our growth, we found that issuing stock at strategic moments gave us the extra cash flow needed to accelerate investments, particularly for our high-tech product launch. This allowed us to increase automation and expand capacity without compromising our financial health. By the end of the simulation, we had minimal debt and strong financial reserves, which positioned us well for future success if there was a round 9. Looking at the stock market summary, we can see this in practice from the fast track. This is a snapshot at round 9. And as you can see, in every single round, starting from round 3 all the way up to round 6, Andrews maintains the highest clothing stock price. And we have the highest market cap as well. This is a direct result of our financial strategy.
So while we did work to align our decisions with the initial plan of low-tech leadership, gradual high-tech expansion, and financial stability, we had to adapt to market conditions and the decisions of our competitors. So with that said, there was some divergence between our intended and actual strategies. A significant divergence from our initial strategy was how we approached the launch of Apple, our high-tech product. So initially, we had planned to launch Apple early in order to gain a strong initial foothold in the market and consistently invest in research and development with the goal of long-term growth. However, early in the simulation, it was clear that launching Apple prematurely would result in low competitiveness and poor margins. So when we did decide to launch Apple, we analyzed the progress of our competitors. We noticed that the teams that did hold the most market share in the high-tech segment had significant promo and sales budgets. So with that in mind, we made the conscious decision to invest in TQM and increase the sales budget in order to enhance both production efficiency and customer accessibility. And then a second divergence that we made was in regard to our low-tech product, Able. Rather than focusing on high-tech immediately, we looked to balance the margins for Able by investing in automation and refining material costs. This raised our contribution margin from 13% in the practice rounds to 19.7% early on. And then by week 2, we had a contribution margin of 34.9% and a market share of 21%, which was the highest of our competitors, rationalizing our decision to focus on automation and refining material costs. As time went on, we diverged from our initial strategy of maintaining low prices and recognized that our pricing did not need to be the lowest in the market for us to succeed. Instead, we strategically adjusted prices to prioritize profitability while simultaneously remaining competitive. So this decision was made with our financial stability in mind and understanding that we would need sufficient funds to support the development and launch of our high-tech product, Apple.
Now that we've gone over our strategy and how we diverged from that strategy, we can now dive into some of the lessons learned throughout the course of this simulation. As a result of participating in CapSim, we gained valuable insights into the effects of product size, mean time before failure, marketing budgets, and automation levels on business performance. However, we identified several areas for improvement to enhance our strategic execution. Firstly, we learned that prioritizing production and capacity expansion is critical for meeting market demand and maintaining market share. For instance, our low-tech product, Able, experienced a significant decrease in market share as competitors increased production faster than we did. Additionally, our high-tech product, Apple, would have benefited from earlier emphasis on production since production for Apple began later in the simulation. We missed opportunities to capture greater market success. Producing larger quantities earlier in the simulation could have significantly improved our results in the high-tech segment.
Secondly, we saw a lot of success in the low-tech market from the beginning. However, we focused on maintaining the market, especially in the later rounds, instead of expanding our business. If we had the option to go back and make a small change, the team would utilize the profits we were making to expand the business instead of just holding on to the cash. Additionally, we would have used our profits to reinvest in product improvements earlier on. Overall, we did see a lot of success with our low-tech and high-tech products and made a significant profit. That being said, the simulation demonstrated that there were areas to improve on, and identifying these areas and their impacts are valuable lessons that we can take away from this experience as a whole.
Okay, so now that we've reviewed the main lessons learned, I'd like to outline 3 key recommendations that we have for incoming management as they prepare for round 9. The first priority is to eliminate stockouts by optimizing production and operations. For example, in the high-tech segment in the round 8, 4 of the top 5 products experienced stockouts, which signals a clear opportunity for team managers. To capitalize on this, we suggest that team managers increases their production to meet at least 25% of the industry demand in both the low and high-tech segments. This adjustment will ensure sufficient supply to meet customer needs and avoid lost sales due to any stockouts. Secondly, the team should launch a new high-tech product that aligns with customer expectations in round 9. Now, the ideal specifications for this product should be somewhere in the range of a performance of 13.7, a size of 6.3, and an age of 0.0. If the launch is delayed until round 10 due to production timing, then the product's ideal position should be adjusted to meet these updated customer preferences. The high-tech product currently that Team Andrews has, Apple, has likely drifted too far from the segment standard, and we feel it should be repositioned as a mid-range offering. A new product, competitive with top performers like Feast and Baker 2, will help Team Andrews capture significant market share in the high-tech segment. Finally, we recommend lowering prices in the low-tech segment to drive market share growth. Price is the most important factor for low-tech consumers. Undercutting competitors' prices will shift customer demand towards team managers. Couple this with increased production capacity. This strategy will boost sales volumes, generate additional cash flows, and strengthen the team's overall financial position.